Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Pop Tart Lee. I'm going to do as short as intro as possible because this is possibly my longest video ever. But this is the Q&A video. Hope you enjoy it.
This is for your Q&A. So my question is, how many Funko Pops do you have? And my dad's question, Stephen, his is Funko releasing too many new pops and it's spoiling collecting them? That's all, Lee. Bye.
Hi Maisie, thanks for your question. As far as how many pops I've got, I'm not 100% sure. I know we're in the 300 plus range right now. If I do get a chance to count them between now and doing the video, I'll put something up. But I'm also a bit fearful of counting how many I've got, because then you start thinking how much you've spent and it gets a bit scary. So it's 300 plus. For your dad's question about the oversaturation of the market, I kind of agree, but I think there's a lot of pops that they could do that they haven't done, which I wish they would do. I know I harp on about 80s movies and stuff like that. I do feel it's a bit naughty where they've re-released some pops where they were vaulted and then they've done newer versions, but by the same account, some of those pops have been really good. Ghostbusters would be a good example where the more recent Ghostbuster pops are they're better sculpts, they're better pops. So I don't know. I think you can choose what you buy and what you don't buy. So at the end of the day, although there's a lot of pops, you've just got to try and be careful what you do pick up and if it's the ones you want. But cheers for that question, guys.
Hi Pop Tart. So, as you like Star Wars, which actor would you like to meet as alive or dead, and the reason why?
Oh, that's a good one, Wayne. I have met quite a few Star Wars actors, to be fair. I know you mentioned to me previously in a different comment, so I'll answer that now. Just over there that's a life-size cutout of Wicket, and that's when I met Warwick Davis and he signed that for me at the National Space Centre when they do their day. I have met Darth Vader. I've met Darth Vader. I've met Dave Prowse, who's got the biggest hands you've ever. It was quite scary how big his hands were. I've met Anthony Daniels. But to answer your question, the one that I never got to meet and I never will now, unfortunately, is Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca. Just my favourite character in the Star Wars universe in total, and I'd have loved to have met him. Was meant to meet Jonas Switman at MCon this year, but COVID obviously knocked that one out, and he's not scheduled for next year, so he would be a kind of a nice second. But yeah, to answer that one, it would have been Peter Mayhew. But it's not going to be. Rest in peace, bless him.
Out of your whole collection, Mr. Pop Tart, which one was your biggest bargain and why?
So my biggest bargain, I suppose that would basically be on the basis of what I paid for a pop compared to how much it's going for now. And it's going to be one of two of the Up pops I've got. It's either going to be the Up House with Kevin, which I paid £30 for, which I think goes in excess of £100, or the Carl and Ellie 2-pack from New York Comic Con, which again, I paid 30 for that as well. The Poptimus UK picked that up for me. And again, that's going up for over £100. But I never really buy pops for value. I think it's really important to say that. My pops are for my collection, so I don't do like trackers or anything like that, and I don't really look on apps to see what's worth what now. I mean, straight away, with them being a lot of out-of-box pops, I devalue them straight away anyway. But I think that hopefully that covers your answer.
Question.
So Liam Nelly has asked me a few. I mean, Liam was the inspiration for doing this. He was the one who said, yeah, you should give it a go after doing his. So first one, if you could bring back one celebrity, who would it be? I don't know if you mean from the dead or bring back a celebrity. So I'm actually going to throw it this way. I'm going to say bring back Justin Lee Collins, because he did the amazing Bring Back series back in the 90s, early 2000s, where he did Bring Back the A-Team, Bring Back Star Wars, and I loved them, and I'd love to see him do a few more of them. And I felt really sorry for him when I seen him actually at Wales Comic Con, where everyone had like their stalls with their poster behind them and stuff, and he had almost one with like a bit of paper just saying his name, almost like he just kind of set up his own stall. So I would bring back Justin Lee Collins, GFC. Favourite meal at a restaurant? I would normally go down the burger route, if I'm honest with you, Liam. Black and Blue Burger, which is like a Cajun burger with blue cheese, salad to work, so I'd love that. Any hidden talents? I think I showed this one before, and I won't do it again because it's supposed to quite a few people, where I can actually show my nose bone. But as an old one, but one I still hark back to. In 1989, I was the Young Artist of the Year for schools in the East Midlands. Never really followed it through because the art teacher at my secondary school was an absolute, excuse my language, but an absolute arsehole who refused to allow anything but still life and that kind of crap, and I was more cartoons and stuff like that. So I do draw occasionally, but I never kind of went any further, which I do look back and think it's a shame, but it is what it is. Top 3 Star Wars characters, dead easy: Chewbacca, Yoda, Darth Vader, simple as that. And movie you enjoyed the most in the cinema? God, that's a tricky one because I could hark back to all different movies. I still remember being in absolute awe the first time I seen Jurassic Park. But in most recent history, the film that just blew me away and had moments of just euphoria was, I've got to go with Endgame. Just so if you haven't seen it already, too late, there's spoilers coming, but the moment where Captain America holds Mjolnir, it's just like amazing. In the cinema on the big screen to really fully appreciate it, and that was one of them, so I'm going to go with that one. So cheers for them, Liam. Thank you, mate.
Hello, Mr. Pop-Tart. It's your old pal, Professor Stephen Hawking here. Your favorite YouTuber, and mine, the legendary Jimmy Barnes, has asked me to submit his question for your Q&A on his behalf, as he is now so busy with his own projects, such as compiling the world's first JSON Glow to English dictionary, and teaching underprivileged children in Leicestershire proper spelling and pronunciation. Jimmy's question is as follows. If you could spend an entire day binge-watching either The Office or as many Star Wars movies as possible, which would you choose? Good luck with the Q&A, Tarty. And as Jimmy himself would say, cheers everyone, see ya.
Only you could do that, Jimmy. If people have took offence by that, blame Jimmy, not me. I would go with The Office, Jimmy, because I don't really binge watch films. I like to sit and enjoy a film and then get away from it, whereas with TV I find it easier, short, sharp episodes, different storylines. I find they're easier to binge, and with The Office, I do binge watch that quite a lot, whereas with Star Wars, I'll sit and I'll watch a Star Wars film. I don't really sit and watch back-to-back films very often. So it would be The Office, but it's a good question because I'm kind of now thinking, if it was which do I prefer, I don't know if I'd be able to answer it, but for binge watching, it would be The Office. So thank you, Jimmy, and thank you, Professor Hawking.
Question.
So quite a few from Abigail Barry. I'll try and whip through them best I can. Quite deep ones as well, so thanks for this, Abby. Number 1, if you could change one thing about the world, regardless of guilt or politics, what would you do? I mean, the obvious answer in current times is to get rid of the coronavirus, get the world back to the normal as normal as it can be, and try and move on from that, because it's been obviously a real shit show. So yeah, let's either eradicate or find some sort of cure for that, if that works as your answer. Question 2, are you a flirt? No, not at all. Actually, probably the complete opposite. And if ever I was in a position where I was attracted to someone or could flirt, I would go the opposite way and just completely go into Michelle and just nothing. So definitely no. Number 3, what aspect of your life needs tremendous improvement? I'm going to say nothing. I'm always happy and content in life to just take what comes and try and live with it and whatnot. Family life is fantastic. Love my girls, love my wife, so none of that. I suppose you could say my hairline, that could do with improvement. That's racing backwards and forwards, so I don't know if that answers it. But you know what? The things you can change in life, you change, and the things you can't, you just got to suck it up and just try and make the best of it. So I hope that answers that one. Next one, number 4, what was the last movie that made you cry? It's the movie that always makes me cry. It's E.T. Gets me every time, and it's happy tears, not sad tears. I love E.T., but I still kind of get choked up at the bit where he dies. The bit where the bite flies, it's like almost euphoric, and then when he says bye to Elliot, even now talking about it, it's like I'm wavering. So E.T. will be, if you want to make me cry, put E.T. on, and that'll be the one that gets me. 5, have you ever laughed at the wrong moment, and if so, explain. There's one occasion that springs to mind, and it's going back a long, long time, probably 20 years, but we had a boss who was just awful, awful human being. He just wasn't nice. He used to treat us like crap, and one day he got arrested at work, got frog marched out by the police, and then the next day we all got called into the meeting room when he turned to work. And he started telling us this story about him and his missus and what had happened, and he started crying. And I started laughing, and I wasn't the only one. In fairness, I was triggered by another colleague who, he was quite vocal, and he started laughing. He thought it was hilarious, and it kind of set off a few of us to the point where the boss just walked out of the room. But although it was inappropriate, I don't feel guilty for it because he was an arsehole. So that answers that one. And next one is, what is a question you want to answer but nobody ever asks? I don't really have one, Abby, to be honest with you. That's quite a deep one, really. I suppose no one's ever asked me, do you have an issue with your eye? Does it make you self-conscious? People normally just jump in and go for taking the mick, so obviously maybe that one. Do you mind people taking the mick with your eye? And how do you feel about it? Because people just normally just go for it and just think it's acceptable. So that'll be that one. And while we're in Herne Bay, we've now got questions coming in from Leroy Screwballs, and the first one is, do you feel that you're in a natural advantage if you attack from the side or from behind like a wild horse? You can evade attackers quickly with your super sight. For crying out loud, Leroy, I don't want people having to go at my bloody eyes all the time. It's just not on. It's not on. Obviously I've linked them two together. Oh, comedy gold. But I couldn't care less about people taking the mick out of my eye. I take the mick out of it myself. I don't have super sight, you knob. But what I do have is this eye, essentially, when I'm looking now at the camera, you'll see it is over here, and it's not necessarily looking anywhere. But if any movement comes from over this side, it will flip in and I will see straight away. It's just a lazy eye. I've had it since I was a kid. I had operations that made it better than it was. This eye never moved at all. If I cover it up now, you see it just goes central straight away. So it will kick in, and I've got perfect 20/20 sight. So no, I can't evade anyone, but it will kick in and it will work as and when. So cheers for asking that. Why did you name yourself after a sugary toasted pastry? If anyone should know this one, it was you. And my first thought was clickbait. I thought if someone's searching for Pop-Tart, for anything obviously to do with the breakfast cereal, they then maybe might come across my channel. So as the king of clickbait that you are, you should know that. You probably inspired me for that one. And the next one is, how did you come up with your now famous bye for now, bye exit to the videos as such? That actually comes, if you want to know, from me talking on the phone, because I hate phone calls and I can't get my mum off the phone, and when I do talk to my mum on the phone, it's okay, bye mum, bye for now, bye. And it's kind of just started coming into the videos as my way of exiting, and it just is my natural go-to see you later response. So that answers that one. So cheers both for them, Abigail and Lee. Really appreciate it, and like I said, I don't take any offence with anyone taking the mic. I mean, you look like this, you're going to get some sort of battering somewhere, so feel free to say what you want when you want. Alright, cheers both. Bye for now. Bye.
Hi Lee. We have a couple of questions, so Peyton can go first.
What's your favourite pop from your collection, and how many 10-inch pops have you got?
My question, what's your favourite pizza topping? And how many pops in total have you got now?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
See ya.
Bye.
Hi Jess, hi Peyton. May's come along for your question because it's similar to questions I've already had, so we thought we'd get May involved on this one. So answering Peyton's questions then, May, what is your favourite pop from Dad's collection?
This one?
So your favourite is Goose, isn't it? You love Goose. May's desperate for me to buy her a Goose. If we ever see one on discount, we're going to do that. And then the other question you asked Peyton is how many 10 inches I've got. I've got 5 so far. I've only actually paid full price for one, which is for the child. Do you want to get the child quickly, May, to show Peyton?
Okay.
But I've also got Dio, I've got the Thing, I've got a Thanos, and I've got a Futura Stormtrooper. But he's our favourite, isn't he, mate? Definitely. Out of all the 10-inch ones. Okay, and then to answer your questions, Jess, my favourite pizza topping, I'll have anything on pizza apart from pineapple. I love a spicy pizza, so chilies, things like that. But the one we have more than anything is we end up having the Domino's meteor pizza because everyone in the family loves that one, so we have that lot. And what's your favourite pizza topping, Mummy?
Cheese.
May just likes cheese and tomato pizza. She's quite basic. And then again, I've already answered how many pops I've got in my collection. So May wanted to show you what pops she's got in her collection. It's not many, but you've got. She's got ET. Some people will be mortified that she's got that. The value of it now. And then this is May's other one, strawberry shortcake, which comes with. We're not sure, a little thing of some sort. Used to smell. Does it still smell? Not anymore. No.
This one does.
Oh, that one does. Yeah. There you go. All right. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Peyton. Bye.
Bye.
Question.
So Chris Bell almost wanted to do his own Q&A. I'll go through your questions now, Chris. So why did you start making videos? I'm not 100% sure why I started making videos. I think what it was is I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Originally it was a guy called Funko Reese who I used to watch, and I really enjoyed his stuff. And then I stumbled across some of the channels who, ironically now, have become friends in Jimmy Barnes, Not Suitable for Mum, Leroy Screwballs, Jonathan Ring was doing it back then as well. And they were doing like a joint giveaway kind of thing, and I watched some of their stuff. And they just, when I commented, they seemed like like-minded people, and I thought, well, why don't I give this a go? I love Funkos, I love talking about Funkos, and I love kind of talking to other people about it essentially. So I'll give it a go, and lo and behold, I mean, it's took off really well. I love the community side of things to it. That's probably what's kept me doing it, to be honest with you, is the talking pops with people, and I've made some really good friends out of it as well, so it's worked out really, really well. But initially it was just kind of I thought, well, why not? I don't know if that makes sense, if that answers your questions, but it was just something I just decided one day I'm going to give it a go, see what happens, and it's gone really well. Well, I think it has anyway. I've really enjoyed it. Next question. A question I always ask: if you had to reduce the collection to one, which would it be and why? This is a tricky one, because if you're asking me what my favourite pop is, it chops and changes. But I'm going to answer it in a slightly different way, and I'm going to cheat slightly. And if I was to reduce my collection to one, I'm not going to say one. If I had to reduce my collection and say, right, you've got to get rid of all your pops, the pops I wouldn't get rid of are the ones that have been given to me by other people. So anything that's been gifted to me, anything I've won in a giveaway. So I've obviously done the Easter Bunny and Christmas giveaways where I got some amazing pops from Jimmy Barnes. They wouldn't go. Giveaway wins I've done from different YouTubers, or acts of kindnesses from other YouTubers, they wouldn't go. So I wouldn't, if I was going to reduce it to one from my collection, at the moment I would have to say it would be 4 holding Stormbreaker and Molyneux, because I love that pop. I think it's fantastic. But if you would say to me, right, you've got to get rid of all your pops, I would not get rid of the ones that have been given to me. They're just, it's just special that someone's gone out of the way either to send me an act of kindness or looked for stuff that I would like to help me sort it out. So yeah, anything. I've cheated, but that's what I'm going to answer. Do I regret buying any pops? I don't know if I do, to be honest with you. Nothing springs to mind. I've got pops that I've got that I'm not keen on, which I've mentioned many a time before, like 4 in the Quantum Realm suit, which isn't movie accurate, but I don't regret buying it because that was the set I wanted to complete. But the other flip side of it, which I've just read now, do you regret letting any go? Massively regret where I let General Grievous go. When I started collecting, he came out quite recently after I started collecting pops, and I picked it up, and then I thought, you know what, I'm not going to collect any prequel pops, so I sold it on. And just to let you know, I didn't flip it, I actually sold it on to a friend at the price I paid for it. And I'm thinking now, it was a bit silly. I've now got a Qui-Gon Jinn pop, and some of the prequel pops, they're decent pops. It shouldn't be about just, oh no, don't do that. And I've kind of gone into the collecting what I want rather than collecting just because it's a line now. So I regret that one. Oh, why are you still we've gone into silly ones. Why won't you let May cut your hair? Because she's 7 and I don't trust her with scissors. What do you collect outside of Funko, if anything? Yeah, I do collect quite a few other bits. I've got obviously my helmets, which I collect, which I'd love to get more of, but the missus puts her foot down and said, well, no, because you wouldn't know how to put them. But my big one is I collect the Art of Range books. I did a video of one of them once, but I didn't bother doing anymore. But I've got a number of Art of Marvel, Art of Pixar, Art of Star Wars books. I really like looking into that kind of thing, how they design stuff. And I just find them books fascinating, so they're really good. Maybe one day I'll do another review of some of those books if that's what people want to see. And okay, who's your favourite person called Chris Bell? You're the only person that I know called Chris Bell, but why can you not think of anyone else other than me to give us your answer? Yeah, that's you're the only one I know, Chris. And looking at the timer now, you've just filled 4 minutes of my video, so you're my favourite, and I'll let you know if that changes.
Hi Lee, how are you mate? As a fellow Star Wars fan and wanting to take part in your Q&A, I was just wondering what your favourite Star Wars saga movie is. Also, who's your favourite character out the entire saga? And are you a Rebels or a Clone Wars animated series fan? Okay, if so, which one? Okay mate, may the Force be with you. I have spoken.
Hi Nick, easy one for me to answer. My favourite Star Wars film is The Empire Strikes Back. I'm pretty sure that's the same as yours, I remember from your top 10. Growing up it was always Return of the Jedi, because that was one of the first films I ever saw at the cinema. But once I saw the whole original trilogy, had to be Empire Strikes Back all the way. The prequels, I don't particularly like any of them, but I do really like the scene between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon. And then in the more recent ones, I really enjoyed The Force Awakens. I think the way they did that with the nostalgia was really good. Shame it went a bit awry towards the end, but I hope that answers that one. Maybe you've not really seen any Star Wars films yet, have you? No. Favourite Star Wars character? I'm pretty sure I've answered that one already. So May, have you got a favourite Star Wars?
Vader.
May loves Vader. I think that's partly because we've got the helmet just up there, and May has put that on before. And we've had some fun in some older videos with that one. So Vader for May. And Rebels or Clone Wars, I've watched the Clone Wars film and I've watched one episode of Clone Wars, but I've not watched any Rebels whatsoever. It's something I think I probably would have watched if I'd picked it up from day dot, but the fact that there's so many episodes, I kind of struggle to commit to watching something that long if I don't know I've got the time to sit and watch it like in a period of time. So I haven't watched either of them as of yet, but never say never, maybe one day. Cheers Nick, take care mate, all the best.
Question.
Okay mate, you can do this one on your own. This question is from Dark Unicorn Moon. Nikki has asked, if you had to choose between a unicorn that farts rainbows or a Pegasus that poops glitter, which would you pick?
A Pegasus.
A Pegasus that farts a Pegasus that poos glitter. Alright, thanks for that one Nikki, I think.
Oh, hello. Just caught me eating a bag of crisps. So some questions for you, eh, mate? Well, let me think. Okay. As soon as I'm eating a bag of these, if you could have any flavour in the world put into crisps, what would it be and why? If you could meet anybody in the world for a dinner party, who would you pick and why? And one last one, what is the one line of Funko Pops you would like made that haven't done so already? And I think that'd do for me. So, cheers Lee. I hope you get to your magic number very soon. Best of luck to you mate, and take care. See ya.
Oh, sorry Jace, great questions mate. I would have to say for crisps, I would love something like chorizo or salami, pepperoni, kind of Spanish meats, that kind of spicy kind of thing. I always find with that kind of crisp, when they do try and recreate any sort of flavour like that, it doesn't quite taste right. So something along those lines. Dinner party, I'm not going to go down the famous route. I'll tell you what I'm going to say. This might be being a bit soppy, you never know. But my Funko friends who know who they are, who I chat to all the time, it's silly nonsense chat a lot of the time, but just great people to be around, who have been supportive of me this year when I've had some bad things happen. you guys, I would like to have all of you guys for a dinner party, all of us in the room together. I think we'd have a really good night, so that's who I'm going with that one. And for a line of pops that they haven't done, I've probably touched on this one a few times, Jay, so I'm going to say it again. I'm going Running Man. I think it'd be really, really cool. You could have the Ben Richards pop, you could have all of the Stalkers, you could have a Killian, you could have a pop ride with like the cart that goes down the tube in. I think endless possibilities. I'm really getting into trying to get some Schwarzenegger pops at the moment, but that is my all-time favourite Schwarzenegger film. So hopefully that answers your questions. See you later. So there you go, guys. If you're still here now, God bless you. That was a long old video, but I really enjoyed doing it. Thank you to everyone who sent me questions. Hope I answered them well as I could. And until the next one, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the usual YouTube goings, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now, guys. Bye.